This is day one of forever. We made it through.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Abby. I'm looking for an intro. Guys, help me out with an intro. I don't want to use the one that Bibola Craig uses. Yeah, I want to just be unique. So get me one, guys. I need one to, like, you know, my own perfect intro. Abby's Corner, or Abby. Okay guys, I decided to sit down on the floor today because it's raining outside, and wherever position I put my light, it's not just working. So that's why I'm sitting on the floor. I think it's the best lighting I can actually get for this video. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. How's your week been going so far? Mine has been okay. That's been there, right? How are you guys coping in this pandemic? I know you guys have been surviving. Wherever you are in any part of the world, I want to just say you're not alone. Just keep walking through the process. Understand the process, find yourself, don't get lost in the process, don't try to meet up the standards of the society. Just try to create your own niche, be unique in your own way. If there's some way or somehow you think you actually can make it, which I believe there will always be opportunities in whatever situation you find yourself. So just make use of the opportunities. Do not go with the train because everyone is saying, okay, this is what I'm going to go, so I'm going to do. I just feel like you should find your path, find your niche, know exactly what you want for yourself and what will work best for you, for your temperaments, for your mental health, for your lifestyle, for everything that just concerns you. Just bottom line, find yourself. Don't be lost in this particular season, and just find yourself. Yeah. So basically, I do not basically like have I don't repeat it basically, right? Don't mind me. So I do not exactly have a topic for today. I just want to talk with you guys. Let's just talk. I won't call it a story time. I'm not telling you a story. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of a story based on emphasis, but not my life story. So I'm going to tell you the story of a honeyguide bird in southern parts of Africa. So one thing about this bird is that it works hand in hand with the hunters. Yes, that can be weird. Go find it out. Go Google on it. You'll find out that this is actually happening. It's real. It's more like a symbiotic relationship between the hunter and the bird, or will I say it's a mutual relationship whereby this bird would go into the forests. I think it kind of goes on like baobab trees, just trees, tall trees, and it finds a beehive. So what it does is that when it locates that beehive where you can find honey, you know what I mean, it goes to alert the hunter, directs the hunter to where it is, and once the hunter gets there, climbs on the tree and goes there to cut it off and get and extract the honey from the beehive. Then kind of leaves the, I don't know, the many parts of it. Is it beehive? You won't call it right from time. No, I wrote it down somewhere, so I'm going to kind of remind myself. So it goes to extract the honey, then it leaves the wax, not the beehive. Yeah, beehive is the thing itself, but it leaves the wax for this bird to consume. So with this, you can see there is this symbiotic relationship between the bird and the hunter, where there is a win-win relationship, a plus. Like if you look into biology, there's we have what we call the mutualism, where there's a plus. The hunter gains, the bird gains. So I feel, not like I feel, but I'm going to actually apply to whatever I want to talk about today in today's topic, which is the fact that it's important that as humans, as friends, as we should kind of work together to achieve a common goal. Whether in organizations, work together and achieve a common goal. It's a common it's a popular phenomenon to see where people don't like sharing their business success with others. People don't like sharing their success stories with others. They would just say, I didn't do it in a day. It's a lot of hard work. Try to discourage the other person asking for advice. And I feel like that's actually not the right way to go. It's important that you share your success story with others, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a win-win. And I feel that the issue is because people are scared of competition. People are scared of the fact that maybe the other person they would give the tips or the success tips to would actually succeed than they will, which I feel is a bad mindset. It's important that when you have when people ask you questions, you'd be willing to give answers. I've met people on Instagram. As much as we say Instagram has a negative impact, I believe that's a positive impact as well. I've met people like we haven't seen in person because we are countries apart, but I ask them questions. How do you edit your videos? How do you do this? People are willing. People there are actually willing to give you tips. I've made a lot of friends I've never met before. They've given me ideas on how to like boost my my community, how to boost my YouTube channel and all of that. I've met people who has given me tips on how to edit my videos free of charge. They tell me the applications to use, and that is what has made my own story a success. I might not be there yet, but it's a process. I believe it's a process. And if anyone should actually ask me, people ask me, I edit my videos, I tell them I edit my videos. It's nothing to like try to package. Like you don't not make people feel good that they're asking you questions, not make them feel bad about it. Because at the end of the day, just like the honeyguidebird and the hunter, it's going to be a win-win relationship, because definitely in life an opportunity is going to come and they remember, oh, this person helps me out, I'm going to actually help this person. I'm not saying it's a give or take thing, but the world is more beautiful where two people work together and they achieve things together. That's how beautiful the world can be. Do not be selfish. I feel like naturally the world is selfish. We should not be that should not be the order of the day. Things should just be different. I'm going to tell you a personal story as well. I know I will not give a personal story, but I just remembered one personal story. I remember doing my NYSC in Nigeria. It's more like, for those who are not Nigerians, it's that period. It's a 1 year period where you have to serve your father's land. After your 4 years for your bachelor's, you then serve your country for 1 year. It's more like say it's a paramilitary kind of thing. You go to you have 3 weeks orientation, then you go serve. Some people, like I did, I went to teach. I taught for a year during my youth service. Some people work in banks. It all depends on your field of study, but mostly people are always sent to go teach. That's a way of giving back to their community, their country, and that happens in Nigeria. So I remember then fortunately I was able to have some of my classmates in my university that was also posted to Lagos, because I served in Lagos. And I remember there was a particular girl, I don't know if she's going to watch this video, but her name is actually Chinasa. We used to call her Naz. She was someone I actually admired, because I just realized she was a very organized person. Like, people are organized. She was very organized. I like the fact that she was organized. Although we are not from the same, we didn't have the same ethnic group. I'm Yoruba and she is Igbo. But naturally, I'm kind of person that I just flow with any tribe. In fact, I flow with non-Yorubas than even the Yorubas. But I still have Yoruba friends. But I'm just saying, I'm that open to different cultures. And so she one day she asked that I help her, because in the camp you had a lot of vendors. People came to sell their wares and all of that, and she wanted to get coffee. So I remember saying that was all of my classmates that were with me back in school, and then she called me. I was like, Bimbo, please, would you please help me get coffee? Let me buy coffee. I'm like, okay, I will. But my friends were like, how can your fellow female send you on an errand to go do something, blah 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 blah. And I think she called me on my phone. I don't know if phones were allowed. I can't even remember. I think phones were. I'm not even sure if phones were allowed, but I know she caught my attention. My friends knew about it and they were like discouraging me that I should not go. Why would she be so? Does she not have legs to go get what she wants to get and all of that? But I went to meet her. I was like, ah, babe, what happened? What happened? Why can't you go and buy the coffee and all of that? And she was like, am I repeating all of that? I'm sorry, guys. And it was like she was having cramps. She couldn't go, although she had a guy that she had a friend in the camp. The guy was a Muslim. I said she could not tell that guy, because that time was a Muslim fasting. People would think maybe he had broken his fast and all of and that. Yes, all of that's good. I don't know what's happening today. So I said, okay, no, don't. In fact, don't worry. I went to go get her the coffee. I gave it to her. My friends were feeling uneasy about it, but I didn't care. But I just did it anyways. And I remember after we left the camp, I found out that she was working in the governor's office. Like, not working with the governor, but she was working. I've forgotten the position of that particular politician, but she was working with the politician, so the PA politician. And I remember that there was this particular project, like a community project, and then she called me up. She had friends, like they had other Igbo friends as well. She had Yoruba friends, but she called me up. I was like, there's this opportunity, would you like to work? Would you like to do this particular job? This is what you'll be paid. I was like, oh wow, thank you very much. And I got the job. Money I was getting the federal we call it allowance. Yeah, we are getting the federal allowance. From there I also got state allowance, and then imagine this job as well. I was also getting something from that. At that time she told me that there was a meeting and I should come and write a report, and I was paid for that. Normally you just go for a particular job and you're getting thousands of naira like in your hands immediately after that job. That is how it was. So imagine if I wasn't nice to her in the camp. Imagine if I wasn't like I didn't help her get the coffee. Just imagine that position. What if she remembers that day and says, oh, I won't help this girl because of that? Because not everyone is nice. But she remembered me and said, I don't want to know if you are not Igbo, if you are Igbo or not Igbo. She helped me out and I got that job. So it's always good. It's always good to be kind to others. It's always good to help others and not feel that helping others is a lot on you. I'm not saying be used, but it does pay to be nice. Even if you don't get a reward here, you get a reward in heaven. I know you might say heaven is still long, but you are going to definitely get a reward. It's just good to be nice. I feel when you are nice, it's a win-win situation. You wouldn't lose. It's a win-win. I also want to say that you definitely know when you're in a particular situation where you are being used. You will definitely know when something happens, keeps recurring, and that other person is not nice. It's even the same thing we're saying. Let's just be nice to each other. It pays to be nice with each other. If someone is helping you out, also help the person. It's not a big deal. The person helps you out in his or her inconvenience. So what stops you from helping others out? I've heard of many personal cases where people would help someone, and when the person is a big fix, the person would say, oh, I'm busy, I can't do this, or want to pay. I mean, what does it have? I really don't know how people would feel comfortable knowing that someone is suffering and they do not care. All they think about is themselves. I feel like if your hands are like this, the way you're also like, okay, you don't want this person to receive from you, that is how you're also blocking the opportunities from coming to you. So I feel like it pays. I believe that it pays to be nice to each other. Have that communal spirit, like love. Just love unconditionally. People would not be nice, but that should not stop you from being nice to others because people were not nice to you before. So yeah, I think I like this position. I don't know, there's this effect that this particular position is giving me. I don't know, this kind of effect, like But I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. I guess I'll call this video the tale of the honeyguidebird and the hunter. I don't know, but Maybe I should call it story time. I don't even know. Well, guys, I'm just happy that you guys are able to watch this particular episode of in my channel. Please, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe to Abby's Corner. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment. I know I might not, if you comment, I might not reply immediately because of I'm actually very busy, but I will definitely reply. Even if I don't, if I'm going to like love that comment. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I love you. Be good, stay safe. Remember to not get lost in this season, but find yourself, discover, rediscover who you are, discover your strengths, discover your weaknesses, and just keep working on them. So guys, God bless you.
Says Jay, wanna